I use newspaper mostly for events. If we're going to have an anniversary day where you have to get out 1 or 2 dates to a broad range of people, then the expense is worth it. But for
what about
regular
billboards?
advertising,
Have you thought of billboards or mobile billboards or anything along those lines, or actual traditional billboards?
we've considered it. I'd done one once in Chico. It was a rotating billboard, so we were being rotated through 4 billboards around town, and as many would think, the only one that really worked for us is the one that was closest to our shop where it started. You know, as they rotated them around and got farther and farther away, you know,
how were you able to gauge your results from that?
Most people, on our billboard, we put a coupon. It was a billboard coupon.
Really?
Mention this billboard, receive $5 off a service, and that's how we gauged it. Which isn't 100%, but if people want the discount, they're going to mention it. So,
and that was something that they could only get from that billboard. So it was like
exactly.
a deal that they
Billboard
had to
deal.
mention, a billboard deal.
I mean, that was the only way I could think of to know if it was working or not. You know, other than just asking every person that came in, hey, did you see our billboard?
Did you ever do mobile billboards, or have you ever thought of doing mobile billboards?
I've thought about it. As of yet, I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But it is something that we are currently considering.
Buses.
Okay.
Buses.
Oh, buses. Have you done anything with buses? Or
Never.
Bus bench advertising?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Never. I've never been even approached to do anything like that before. So
Okay.
that's one that I haven't dabbled in yet.
So, what are your goals for ProLube? What would you like to see happen this summer?
I would like to have a summer like I did 2 years ago when business was booming around here. Even if we could just get back to where we were, that would be great. I mean, of course, we want to increase business anywhere in any way that we can. But right now, survival is at the forefront of everybody's small business. Everybody wants to survive.
You have 3 locations.
Yes.
One in Modesto, one in Lodi, and one in Chico.
Yes.
And then you also have a wholesale side.
Yes,
where
we
you
have a
service-
wholesale division where we contract out oil and filters to other lube shops like ours. It's like a purchasing co-op that we run because we have more buy power than some of the smaller single unit facilities.
So basically, it's kind of like a co-op. It's
Yes.
a buying co-op.
Exactly.
And how many businesses have essentially are part of this co-op?
Right now, I think we have 13 different shops that are a part of it. Some as large as a fast lube chain like we are, and some are small as like Bob's Radiator Service or Joe's Automotive, or one Racob's Automotive in Merced is a very good customer. But they're a small automotive shop, but those kind of businesses don't have the buy power that we do, and we take advantage of their added volume, and they take advantage of our big volume. It works out great for everybody. New relationships are having to be made to survive this economy. New
That's
things
true.
have to be tried.
That's true.
So
I noticed you guys have caps with your logo on them. Are they selling? I see you selling them. Do you sell a lot
I
of
just
them?
put those out. I've only sold 2 so far, but they've only been out there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
But it's
I just
something
think it's
to do.
really cool that other people will wear your advertising and
Yeah.
pay to do so.
Yeah.
Have you thought
Yeah.
about selling jackets and T-shirts too?
T-shirts. My partner's really pushing me to do the T-shirts. I'm kind of gauging on how the hats go. The hats usually sell easier than the shirts do, and they make nice things to give away to really good customers. Guys that come in and maybe spend a lot of money on a service truck that they have to have serviced only a couple of times a year, but it's major. It's a lot of money. It's a nice thing to do to be able to hand them a nice ball cap, and they're very appreciative, believe it or not. People like that. So they like it, I like it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Is there any other closing comments you'd like to share?
Other than, when nobody wants to put all their eggs in one basket when they do something with advertising, this is something that I would put all my eggs in one basket for because I've used it and it works better. If you're going to do a paper coupon, this works better than any I've ever used. This format works better than any I've ever used. And
so the differentiators that you see is that it's categorized, it's alphabetized, it's organized, it's color coded, it's perforated and it's easy to get in there and find what you're looking for. Right?
Exactly. It almost reads a lot like the phone book does, and everybody knows how to use a phone book. And putting stores and businesses specials up against each other, and they can see what they get for their money, is a very powerful tool, even for a company that's not offering as good of a deal as somebody else. Their regular customers, or customers that are maybe unhappy with their goods or services, know who their competitors are and know who to try. Like I said, some businesses don't like being side by side with their competition, but they are in the phone book. All their advertisements are right together, all the lawyers are right together, all the pizza places are right together in the phone book. You don't want to be in a different section, so why would you want to be in a different section here? But that's how advertising has always gone.
I had a jeweler yesterday who told me that he's never had good results from direct mail, but that he gets awesome results from Yellow Pages, and he will but he says the key with Yellow Pages for him, you got to own it in your category. You got to own it, and that's what he does.
The best advertisement in the category.
Yeah, he spends the dollars to own his category, and he says it's paid off for him in spades.
I could see that happening with this too. If somebody was to buy, say you were in the restaurant section, and the majority of the restaurants are buying, third page ads, buying a third page ad like this here, but then there was a elegant restaurant or steakhouse or something along those lines that took out a full page ad with not only coupons on it, but maybe a nice picture of their business, that type of advertisement. I could see where they would probably dominate that section, just like they would, in the Yellow Pages, like you're saying. He probably owns a whole page of the Yellow Page ad. For some businesses, that is the way to go.
Have you seen a trend of the small businesses in starting to think like a bigger business? Is that something that you'd like to see more of?
Yes, and branding their businesses, standing behind a brand, standing behind a logo. A lot of people don't. It really, creating a logo, creating a system and a persona is not as hard and as expensive as most people think.